Hey guys, it's Alyssa from alyssanalani.com and livewellstayfocused.com. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through the Live Well, Stay Focused project playbook. Now, if you've been following me for some time here on YouTube, or if you've seen some of my older videos, you may have come across a video that I did last year called the Live Well, Stay Focused project playbook. And at the time, I was just walking you through a project that I was sort of messing around with and experimenting with, and just to get your feedback. And I got a lot of great feedback from it, and then I didn't do anything with it. It just kind of sat on the shelf, so to speak, and I was working on other things, and I never completed it. And as 2021 was coming to a close, and I was thinking about what I wanted to do in 22, I thought, man, I really need to finish that project playbook so that I can share it with you all. And I have done that. Finally, I have done it, and it is complete, and I have something complete to show you. And so we're going to walk through that right now. As you can see, it is in this disc-bound notebook system. This is the Martha Stewart disc-bound notebook, which, if you've been following me, you may recognize. I have used it multiple times. I have several of these, and I love them. I have it linked in the description if you want to check it out. I get mine at Staples. They do have a few random pieces available on Amazon, but Staples is your best bet to get a hold of this particular notebook system. You can also use a large Happy Planner. It's the same setup, and it's the 8.5 by 11 will give you the right size. So whatever you have, you can use a 3-ring binder, whatever you'd like to put your notebook or your playbook together. Now, before I go through this, let me just give credit where credit is due. I did not come up with a concept of a playbook on my own. I am riffing off of Corey at the Reset Girl. She has what is called a Crafty Club playbook, and I love her work. I've been following her for a long time, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have sort of a similar thing but instead of it being focused on crafting and journaling and maybe memory keeping and all of that, have it focused on project planning. So yes, we're going to use our craft stash, and yes, we're going to have fun with lists and vision boards and things like that. But the focus or the purpose of it is for project planning. It's just a fun way to do project planning. So the tagline that I've assigned to this is a Christian woman's place to get creative, be inspired, and stay on track so that she can build a better year. Now, that Build a Better Year part you might recognize because of the Build a Better Year series that I've done the past 2 years. Those videos are available on my channel if you'd like to check them out. I have done an updated version of Build a Better Year in the Live Well, Stay Focused collective. It is a workshop in the collective, and you can check that out. Link is in the description. So this is kind of a companion piece to the Build a Better workshop, Build a Better Year workshop. Ooh, it's a mouthful. So it kind of connects, and you use some of what you do in the workshop in this space as well. But enough of the prologue. Let's go ahead and open this up. Now, if you get the playbook, they are PDF files that you can you download them, and then I believe there are 3 of them in the folder. And what you do is you can mix and match them as you will. So the order that I have my pages in aren't necessarily the order that they are in the PDF files. And I'll try to tell you where things are located. So you get this cover page that you can put on the inside cover. You can put it on the front cover if you have like the little pocket, if you're using like a binder or something. Or you can make your own cover. That will not hurt my feelings. There is a how to use your playbook blurb, and then a supplies list just to give you some ideas of how to get started. And then this first page is a space where you can write a letter for the new year. So just write your thoughts, write whatever you're feeling. If you're feeling hopeful, if you're feeling anxious, write your thoughts for the new year on this space. You can doodle, you can craft, you can junk journal, whatever you'd like. And then I have a space where you can write your word of the year, and if you've selected a verse for the year, there's space there too. And so this is something that I cover in the Build a Better Year workshop, choosing a word of the year and a verse for the year. And so I left some space for that. And then we have the vision board. This is just a space where you can create a little vision board for the year. Now, I last year I created a vision board that was just on this 8.5 by 11 space, and I really liked it because it was small, it was compact. What I ended up doing is creating it in Canva and then just printing out a copy to put in my playbook and then to put in my power sheets and then in my, I think I had one in another planner or notebook system that I had for last year. And so you can do that. You can create one and then print it off and then paste it in, or you can just create it on the page and then have it sort of natural in that space. What I did in 2020 was create a vision board that went on my wall, big poster board on my wall. I still have it because I love it. And since I really liked that one, I decided from now on, I was just gonna, at least, you know, until I decide otherwise, I was just gonna create a vision board that I can keep in a book and then just kind of look at and flip through and have fun with that way. Next, you'll see I have filled out this page. This is my priorities for the year. So I'm so sorry for the shadowiness, y'all. I'm filming in the evening and we've got the shadows. But anyway, my priorities for the year. So you've got space to list from 1 to 8. And these are very similar to the priorities I set last year. I didn't change a whole bunch. I moved a few things around, but these are pretty much the same. And as you can see, I have these little page flag stickers. These are from the Power Sheets or the Cultivate What Matters sticker book, because I do use Power Sheets. And these are the colors that I've chosen for each one of the priorities. So that's what you see there. And then I have just a couple more stickers. So again, priorities are something that I talk about in the Build a Better Year workshop when it comes to goal setting. So if you want more information on that, you can check that out. Next, we have what I'm calling mission boards. Now, this is kind of like a vision board, right? But this is one per priority. So I'm going to take this out. It's one of the things I love about the discs. You can just pop pages out. So this is priority 2 mission board. So you would look at priority number 2 and what you have here, and then you would build a board. It's a 2-page spread, as you can see. You would build a board that is inspirational, is motivational, but also maybe has projects and goals that you want to set within that priority, okay? So it can be as fun and colorful as you want. It can be minimalistic and sleek and streamlined. It can be crazy, however you want it to go. This is just something that is, yes, going to motivate you and inspire you, but is also going to sort of give you the next steps or the list that is going to that you're going to use and transfer into your planner or into your power sheets or whatever. So you can use it kind of however you want, but I had a lot of fun putting together, I think I called them vision boards last year, but I liked the word mission just a little bit better because it was more actionable. And so we're calling them mission boards here for this iteration of the playbook. So you have one for each of the 8 priorities. Now you don't have to have 8. I just have space for 8. You can have 3, you can have 2, you can have 4, whatever. And you have one for each. So you would print off as many as you need. 6, 7, and 8. Now I believe that the first PDF in the collection is going to have your cover all the way up through your first your mission boards. Now we're going to go to the next section, and this is where I've put a master list. This is a list of things that I'd love to get done throughout the year. I have it double-sided. You have one list that's blank, and you have one that says master list, and you have one that says bucket list. And my bucket list is somewhere here, I believe. Anyway, so you have a master list and you have a couple of other lists to choose from. And this is where I'm going to write down all of the things that I want to get done. Now, it's recommended that you don't set more than 8 goals in a year. Now, and I agree with that. This is why I have 8 priorities. And within each of those priorities, I have like a top goal that I want to pursue. Now, those goals can either be habit goals that you work on for a quarter or for a couple of quarters or all throughout the year. They can be achievement goals that have a deadline on them. So if your deadline, for instance, is in March, right? You've completed that goal. You can go ahead then and add another one. Now that you've completed it, you can add another one to, make up 8 again. So I'm probably I would like to get all of these things done, but I'm not pressuring myself to get all of these things done necessarily. As long as I'm continuing to complete things, I'll just do as much as I have time for. So a master list is nice, so you can keep track of the things that would be nice to complete, but you know that your priorities are those top 8 or those top 5 or whatever, as you're going through. So I have a master list there. Next, we have just some fun lists. We have what I call a things list. So this is things I need to do around the house, things I can't stand about, fill in the blank, things I need to buy this week, month, or year, things I can do alone, things I need to simplify in my life. So these are all, this is a list of lists that you can make anywhere around in your playbook or somewhere else in a journal or a planner that you have. And then we have a ways list. So this is ways I can communicate better, ways to save on my grocery bill, ways I can gain more control of the things I can control, ways I can be selfless, so on and so forth. And then I have a do these things list. So do these things when I have no answers, when I have company, when I am traveling, when I am waiting in line, when I wake up, when I am enjoying my family, so on and so forth. And then last but not least, we have how lists. How am I living well? How am I staying focused? How am I feeling? How do I feel about my home? How do I feel about the season I'm currently in? So another list of lists. Then we have a books to read list, and we have a collection of top 10 lists. So things that inspire me, people I look up to, projects to finish, skills to learn, habits to break, habits to build, places to go, things to try, so on and so forth. We have several of those, and that completes the list section. Now, off the top of my head, I cannot remember if lists are the second or the third PDF file. I believe it's the second. But I could be wrong. But just you'll see where the lists and things are, and you can put them anywhere in your playbook. Okay. Now I do have interspersed in here just a few things that aren't included, like this journaling card. I've had this for quite a while, and this. Okay, so this came out of a Magnolia Journal magazine, I think back in 2019, and in 2020 I didn't complete it. So in 2021, I decided to relabel it. So I whited out the year and then I rewrote it, 2021, and I put it in my project playbook last year and didn't complete it. So I still have it. I'm going to re-white it out. In fact, I'll do that right now because I have my whiteout within reach. So I just need to white this baby out here. Okay. Oh, mercy, it's getting caught on something. Okay. And then I'll go back with a pen and fill in the space with 2022. I didn't want to get rid of it because, again, it was a really great little reflection exercise from the magazine. I thought I would just pop it in here as well. And you can do that. You can put in magazine clippings, blog posts that you print out, articles, any kind of information or fun things that you want to put in there throughout your pages. Okay, next we have the seasonal sections. Okay, and so I haven't quite decided how I want to divide my sections. I do have a tab punch that I got at Hobby Lobby, and if I find a link for it, I'll make sure to include it down below. So I can create my own tabs. And what I'm thinking of doing, excuse me, is doing my months here on the long end and creating tabs for each month, and then do tabs for my quarters or my seasons on the top with some more tabs. So I haven't obviously gotten that done, but that's what I'm planning. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So first we have winter, and each season has its own little cover page, and you can use it, you don't have to use it, whatever you'd like. We have a page to write a letter for winter, and then we have a page to do a little winter aesthetic board. So it's not a vision board, it's not necessarily supposed to motivate you or inspire you for anything specific, but just to have some fun. So if you've got some ephemera or some pages or pictures or things that you want to print from Pinterest or whatever, you've got something in your stash that you just want to make a cute little collage there, you can do that for the winter. And then I have this page that I pulled out of a magazine and popped on a piece of dot grid and with washi tape, and I just included that in there. This was from my last year playbook setup. And then we have a January section, and your monthly sections can begin with whatever you want. So if you want to create like a dashboard or a, what do you call that, a divider, you can do that for each month. I just decided to use the aesthetic board for January. So just like winter, you can create a little fun spread for January. And like I said, I'll probably tab the sides. I just have this little page flag here at the top for now. And then I mentioned before that you're gonna have the ability to mix and match. So all of the pages are available in your PDF files, and you just have to decide, you know, what's gonna be on one side of a page and what's gonna be on the other side of a page. So I chose the January aesthetic board, and on the back side, I decided to print the currently page. So every month we'll have a currently page as the first sort of project page. And so this is just a fun little spread where you can write what you're currently loving, disliking, praying, believing, reading, watching, listening to, buying, cooking, drinking, making, writing, thinking, winning, hoping, learning, all of these little things. And there's some gratitude space here at the bottom, which is fun. And you can leave it as plain as it is now. You can add color, you can add all kinds of things if you want to. All right, and then next we have a project planner page, and this is sort of the first productivity piece to the playbook. So if you're doing a project and you want to just write down, you know, the details of it, you can keep it in here: title, timeline, budget, why the project is important, collaborators, so who are you working on this with, notes for brainstorming, supplies or resources that you need, milestones, any particular goals that you want to list, and then you have some space to write down the steps or the tasks for the project and then when they're due. And there's a little progress tracker here at the bottom as well. So I have printed out a few of these for January, and then I decided to go ahead and put a brain dump page on the back side of the project planner page. Oh, that's a mouthful. So the brain dump page just has a box for writing in, and then at the top it has your months of the year. So you'll just circle whichever month that you are in and then do your little brain dump. And you can print as many as you want. You can keep them wherever you want. I figured that for each project, at least, that is a good time to do a brain dump when you're trying to project plan and, you know, figure out how the project needs to be done. It's a great time to do a little brain dump. So that's how I chose to print mine. Again, you can print them however you like. So I have, what is this? 2 of these, 2 sets. And then we go on to February. So I have February, the currently page, the project planner pages, and then March, same thing. And so I don't have anything else in each month. I'm going to add to it as I go. I do have, this is a little journaling card that I punched. I do have some dot grid paper that I printed off. I'll leave the link for this in the description as well, so you can check it out if you want a file for dot grid paper. It's the one that I use for everything nowadays. But I just have some dot grid here in the back of my winter section so that I can, you know, pull it and put it in a section if I need to. And then we have the spring section, and the spring is the same as the winter. It has all of the months. So I have a spring aesthetic page. I have a letter for spring. I've got my April, May, and June pages ready for me to fill with whatever I want to fill it with. And then we have summer. And then we have autumn. And again, I just have my pages for each month, and then I have some dot grid at the back of each section. So that is the setup with a few little extra pieces that I just happen to have. I'm really excited to use this because I think it's going to help me stay motivated and inspired, and it'll just kind of give me a little bit of an outlet for my creative brain. I don't take time. Notice I did not say I do not have time. I do not make time or take time to do like just creative journaling just for the fun of it. That's just not a priority for me. However, it is nice to have a dedicated space that is both productive, not that creative journaling is not productive, but productive in the sense that I'm working on something else while also getting to be creative at the same time. I hope that makes sense. It made sense in my brain, which is why I put this together. So if that makes sense in your brain, I invite you to check out the playbook. I will be doing an update video once I get my winter and my January and February sort of set up. Once I get some mission boards all set up and done, I can show you what I've got. You can look at my last project playbook video, my first one, and kind of see what I had done in that one. A lot of the same things will carry over and apply here to the new or complete version. So I have that video linked down below for you as well. So I also, I just got this little pocket that came with. These are some cutouts from Corey at the Reset Girl, her Crafty Club playbook or one of her listing bundles or something. So I kept them in here because I'm probably going to use them at some point in this journal. And then this is just a pocket with some, I think these are Happy Planner cards and another journaling card. So you can fill it with all kinds of stuff. Whatever you've got in your stash, make it fun, make it yours, make it useful, and make it creative. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer. And if you want to get a copy of your own playbook, please feel free to check it out. The link is in the description box. And with your playbook, you can also join the Live Well Stay Focused Project Playbook group in the collective. It is not on Facebook. It's nowhere else. It's in the collective. You can join the collective for free. You can join the Project Playbook group when you get your copy, and I'd be happy to have you in there. And I'm going to post pictures in there and maybe do some live videos, hopefully, in the collective. We'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I'll keep you updated, so stay tuned for future happenings. And again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'd be happy to help. I think this is it. This is it. This was the tour. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more so that I can hopefully show you some fun things here in the near future. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you all later in the next video. Bye.